Holy shit, sound the alarms. It's an Emergency Jade episode. We are going to do an interview with Cole, the creator of Carcat Ghost Convention. Not Secret 2. Sorry for people who wanted to see Be the Low Blood Sea Dweller or whatever it's called. We are doing an episode on Jade because holy shit, this latest update. We were going to do Dave before Jade episode, but we just had to postpone all of that, and we're putting this out now. Like, we're pumping this out fast.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do some introductions. I'm Con, everybody.
I'm Saxel.
I'm
Phoebe.
Tart.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Fuck.
No.
I think we heard your names. It's fine.
It's us, Fart.
Oh, yeah.
The Fart Podcast.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Welcome
All
to
right,
Fruity
let's-
Rumps.
All right, I'm going to do a quick... So we're going to start off with the recent Homestuck news. This latest update. Quick synopsis. Vriska commits a war crime, and Kanaya gets cucked. That's it. And then there's a secret update for the Patreon that I have not even read because I'm not a patron. All right. So let's talk about this recent update. Let's start with what Vriska did, and we'll get to the cuckening later.
She murdered a bunch of people for little to no reason.
Yes, Queen.
The crime of doing their jobs.
I mean, it makes total sense why those journalists were there. Like, they're not even being that annoying. They're Vriska murdered the high prophet of the state religion in cold blood after she vaguely sexually assaulted him. Whatever. Gamzee didn't really do anything wrong, and she killed him.
Yeah.
So, of course, and then they all find out, oh, they're sitting in one of the literal gods of our world's house. This is with the children of several of the literal gods. Like, why would they be there?
And why do you need to mow down a bunch of newscasters because of it?
Yeah, it just beats them into a pulp. Definitely several of them probably have caved in skulls because she's also a literal god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, even the fucking police, they were honestly pretty much in the right to try and blow her fucking brains out, gonna be honest. She's an active murderer who's known to be extremely dangerous and armed.
So they shoot at her, and then remember that this Roxy's house is in a residential neighborhood. So all the police, by that logic, have to be like positioned in the residential neighborhood on houses. You know, they evacuate a house, they're positioned in the windows, they're in trees, all that bullshit. And then she fucking launches a naval airstrike or a naval artillery strike on the police in a residential neighborhood.
She literally commits an act of terrorism, like, in a neighborhood. And people love it. They love it.
Go, ACAB.
Wow!
Vriska.
And she did it all in text, too.
And then, like, they're like, sure, you could even believe ACAB. I think if you believe ACAB, you're all cops need reform, but whatever. That's not. So even if you believe ACAB, shouldn't you be? Isn't the thing about ACAB is like they hurt civilians? So why would you be pro killing cops with a whole bunch of civilian casualties in there? Like,
yeah, it's a little bit much.
You're
it's
putting
kind of
way
overkill.
more thought into this than the fans or the writers are, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, we
I
are,
guess-
but they should have put the thought in, too. Like, before writing it, that's why it's bad. Because they didn't put any thought into it.
I guess they've never seen actual. So I like watching like real war footage and real combat footage. I guess they've never seen an airstrike on a neighborhood and how devastating it is. An explosion in a residential area is absolutely destructive, and she did hundreds of them. Those fucking those artillery cannons, they do not fuck around. They will sink a ship if they hit it within 100 meters. That's how fucking insane they are.
Yeah, that neighborhood shouldn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but fuck cops, am I right?
You go, Queen. You go with that dubious sexual assault. Your reverse statutory rape. Like,
If they were like unfairly accused of killing Gamzee, then yeah, I'd be like, oh man, this is really bullshit. But she did literally kill somebody. They were found with his corpse. And,
his
of
magical
course the police are after
teleporting
them.
corpse.
But Gamesy deserved it because he's a clown.
No, he's a misogynist. He's a misogynist clown.
The
That's
colophobia in the Homestuck community is far too much.
Can we say rest in peace, Gamsey?
Rest in
Rest
peace,
in
brother.
peace, Gamsey.
Rest in peace,
I hated
Gamsey.
Gamsey, but I don't believe he deserved to die.
Honk in peace.
Honk.
Oh.
So that happens. So Vriska calls a naval bombardment onto a residential neighborhood, and then they go to the watchtower with John. John also being a pretty kind soul, and I don't think he's ever hurt anybody in any capacity besides maybe punching Vriska, but that was for her own good. So, and he was even against it still. So John's done nothing, has never done anything, and he's like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You just fucking bombed my wife's neighborhood.
You splattered my
Thanks,
neighbor all
Vriska.
across my
Thank
garden.
you so much.
Oh yeah, that guy 2 streets over. Yeah, I lent him my lawn clippers, and now he's all over his own lawn. Oh fuck! He's probably at dinner with these people, man.
Well, there's already been talk that John's a sociopath or some kind of like unempathetic source where he can't actually synthesize the sort of like loss that comes from people getting fucking killed, considering how he reacted to his dad's death and everything.
I guess, yeah.
I think it's just not very good writing, but I mean,
Yeah.
this is Homestuck, and I like speculating, so I'm gonna give you that, and yeah, I'm on board. Whatever.
I'll give it to you. John's a sociopath. Clearly, and after this.
Yeah, after all the shit he's gone through, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, and after his reaction to seeing his neighborhood destroyed. So they meet in the watchtower, or the clock tower, where fucking Dirk hung himself.
Yay. Family
Also
reunion.
a little fucked up.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
wouldn't you not want to go there?
It's almost like they were like made to go there.
You got to shove in those epilogue callbacks, or else Hussey's going to get very angry.
What
He spent
kind of
very long
old
having his
plot can
ghostwriters
we
work on
shove
that.
in?
And then what happens next? Rose and Jade fly in carrying Kanaya, which
Oh, boy.
is... and then
Here
we
we
find
go.
out who Yiffy is.
I was hoping it was just some dog, you know? Not the dog we got, sadly, but just some pet dog.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. Like, oh, they got Yiffy, and it was like, it's like, oh, they took her stuffed animal.
Yeah, that would have
They
been great.
took her pet dog.
They took her stuffed animal, they took her pet dog. That would have been awesome.
But no.
But like, no, it's her illegitimate bastard child from a radioactive dog monster, I guess.
Saxel, why don't you just say what happened? Just in clean terms.
Yes.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Just say it all.
Please.
Jade fucked Rose and had a bastard child with the fucking
With the dog semen.
with the dog dick.
I don't like it.
The logic.
There's no logic.
Also, question: if it's a dog dick and if it's Beck's dick, is this kid even actually related to Jade?
Who fucking knows?
And then, like, is the kid fucking... Does the kid have green sun
Oh,
powers,
no.
too?
Does that mean Beck could
a
have
good
fucked
question.
somebody and just made a kid? Does that mean Doc Scratch could have fucked somebody and made a kid?
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
I don't want
And
that.
then...
image.
Wait, so
So-
this, I have a question about this. Does this mean you could have puppies just with
Well,
a dog? A normal
Considering
one?
that apparently, according to Rose, she had a limited pregnancy of about
right.
2 months with Yiffy.
When she was sick, when she was recovering from a sickness, but she created a human...
Yeah.
When
that
she was
normally-
comatose,
so she created a human
got
in 9
pregnant.
months, right?
2
That
months.
requires 2... Well, no, human... Oh, yeah, 2 months. She created a human in 2 months. a human dog hybrid, but it takes 9 months for a human to gestate because it takes a shitload of energy to
quick biology
grow a
lesson
human.
for all of you. The reason human gestation periods are so long, it takes a lot to like power up that brain of ours. Same reason we age so differently compared to other animals. So
yeah, and sorry, go ahead.
That kid is probably like, she has the brain of a chimp.
A dog.
Yeah.
A dog, yeah. I hope she's like literally just a dog.
Developmentally disabled and like, judging from the rest of the updates, she's completely fucking feral.
Yeah. And then, so why, the reason why Jade fucked Rose was because they brought back the thing that, like, they said, the one thing Jade loves more than anything else, family. I don't know where that ever came in from Homestuck. When did Jade ever care about family?
She wants to have a family because she's been alone her whole life. I mean, she says that in a chum log, but she talks to Kanaya, I think, about it in Act 5, where she's just like, well, yeah, I'd like to have a family, you know. I just don't think I want to, like, breed anything right now. And Kanaya's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, so let me get this straight. A teenager wants kids but doesn't want them right now and would wait till later in life. That's just fucking disgusting, you guys. I can't even process that. That's awful.
Teenagers having thoughts and
oh no, don't even say
like,
that.
Understanding things.
Disgusting.
Ugh. Get out of here, you
Nani?
fucking pedo.
and then so Jade barely talks about family, so that took me a little off guard. And then
Jade barely talks to Rose. How'd this happen?
Yeah, and then they talk about like, hey, so like she says she wants a kid, but because of biology that I completely skipped over, that apparently in the epilogues they heavily implied that Jade grew a dog penis, and grew apparently in between Cascade. And now she grew a dog tail. Because we'll talk about that later.
It just popped up overnight.
So she grew a dog penis and lost her vagina in the process too. Like, and lost.
But why? Why would you be that specific? Why can't you just be like just some furry?
Now, there's some people saying that doesn't mean that she like was always says that she could have had a dick beforehand, and I am going to put my hand down very gently and say, no, you idiot. Because the epilogues clearly state that Beck made her undergo some changes, quote, 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 quote.
I remember that
when
too.
She was talking to, I think it was Roxy about it. I think it was Roxy.
About her inability to start a family because of it.
Yeah, and she said that because of those changes, she could not start a family with Dave or whoever.
Yeah, I took that as, she just became... I didn't think of that, that made her have a dick. I thought that just made, she became infertile. Which, would make sense.
That's
Trans Jade is
fine.
Like, trans Jade is fine. Like, if you want to do that, that's great, please. But, like, the implication is that her normal dick just morphed into a dog's dick? Like, why? What?
That's stupid. Really...
That's fucking stupid.
Just don't manipulate the narrative and try and represent parts of the text in bad faith. Like,
I'm going to try to say dog's dick as much as I can in this podcast.
This is the dog dick podcast.
There will be dongs.
Trigger warning, dog dicks.
So, like, the problem is that if you want to say that, yes, Jade was trans before this even happened, and the transformation, the combination with Beck is what made her infertile, then yeah, okay, that's fine. But that's categorically not true because she's able to have a kid with Rose, which means she's not infertile.
Yeah, that just means Rose is having a puppy. Like, literally, I hope she just has a dog. That would be so funny. Holy shit. I'm so sorry.
Another thing I don't like about the whole trans Jade narrative is the fact that like they Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
Mute your mic for a second. Get yourself under control. I don't like the trans Jade narrative because there's like nothing backing it. It's kind of like Transriska where like nothing really backs it. They don't mention anything and then just, hey, that's it. Hey, pizza pie. I didn't see anything, and people have been saying like, oh, it's all over the thing, or it's all in the writing, and it's like I look back at the writing, I'm like, what? Where? And then nobody. I ask people. I ask like, hey, why? Where's this writing? And nobody bothers to tell me. Like,
it's just there. If you don't see it, you're a transphobe.
You gotta use your imagination to see it.
I mean, if it's there. I am a man of science. I change my opinions. If it's there, I will do it. I will change my opinion. I just don't see it, bro.
It's not there. They're headcanoning, which is fine.
But they're making the headcanon real with dubious...
shit,
dubious
right.
canon, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're right.
This is like high school tier English. Like, pay attention to your teachers.
I've read bad Homestuck fan fictions that are better than this. Anyway, she wants to create a family, but because of dog penis, she can't have it with Dave. So instead of doing...
You mean Dave can't get pregnant?
Dave can't get M-preg.
What the fuck?
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit and non-canon because the baby is you exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, Dave is 100% trans mask.
And if you disagree, fuck off.
I'm having a baby and the baby is you.
I don't dislike it.
But instead of doing ectobiology, also apparently she was trying to get pregnant by Cuck at some point. They kind of implied that, which is also a little weird. It's like, that's not possible. But instead of doing ectobiology with Cuck, Dave, Jade, and their weird thruple thing, Jade is just like, hey, I'm going to cheat on my husband's partners, and without their knowledge at all, I'm going to fuck this married woman and get her pregnant.
The thing about that is that they bring it up very, very briefly in, I forget if it's meat or candy. I guess it's not important, though. But Rose briefly mentions that Jade pitched the idea to her to ask her to become a surrogate. And Rose is just like, I considered it. And, that's about it. She didn't say that she accepted it or that she did anything. She's just like... I told her that I needed to think about it, and I'm just like, well, that makes sense.
Maybe means yes. Maybe means yes.
And to me, a surrogate says, to me, a surrogate is, you implant a fertilized embryo, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like in vitro.
That's not what a surrogate is. That is, that's having a bastard. That's making a bastard child.
Committing adultery and having a bastard and keeping it secret for 15 years.
This isn't even adultery. This is a crime against God.
Yeah. Why would you not tell Kanaya about this? She is like literally the mom of like Homestuck. Why would you not tell her about that? Like
the big thing that bothers me about it, like really bothers me, and this is like a contextual thing, so not everyone picks up on it, is that Rose gives this kid her last name, Lalonde. And that is a big for me, because if this is supposed to be a surrogate child for Jade and her husband Dave, because I wanted to point this out to you, Con, that in Candy Epilogue, Cuck and Dave are not together, and this is the subject of much ire between the Dave Cat fans in regarding the Dave Jade fans.
Dave Cat sucks.
I am very in tune to that. So at that point, the big question is, well, why does this kid have her last name? Why did Rose and Jade raise this kid in secrecy if this kid is supposed to be Dave and Jade's kid that they couldn't have?
Where did they keep the kid?
Oh, this is in the secret update.
In the basement right next to Cole.
No, Cole doesn't deserve that.
Also changed to the toilet.
This is actually answered in the bonus update. Should we wait for that segment or should I just tell you?
We should just tell us.
Let's wait on that because it makes me so mad.
Tell me,
Right,
fill me in.
they
Let's get the
sent
live
her-
reaction.
Oh my god.
They sent her to a boarding school for troubled children.
But why?
What?
Why?
From
you wanted to have
being-
it.
from-
Ooh, this pissed me
I
off
know,
so much.
Jade wanted
if
to
you
be a
wanted
mother.
to have a kid,
She's
yes.
not doing her fucking job very well. She's sending
If you
her off
wanted
to
to
a
be
boarding
a mother,
school.
why did you send your kid away to not be mothered? That's so strange.
This is also
I'm so
Jade, the
sorry.
person who is isolated from the people she cared about or loved to grow up alone on an island. And a lot of people are like, yes, this is so cool. It's so poetic. Jade is making the same mistake that made her the way she is. And I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. This is so totally out of character. It loops around into being stupid.
This is not how arcs work. This is not how character writing works. Take a fucking class.
Humans have no arcs, remember? People don't change.
That's just indicative of
Oh my
Hussey never
God.
changing as a person after high school.
That's true. Like, they think, I don't understand, but it's like, it's, when they say people change, they don't actually mean people change over their lives and they're reflecting on it in the story. What's happening here is this, they just wrote the character bad, and people are still themselves when they get older, but like,
A little different.
it's just, yeah. Jade straight up turned into like a character puppet of herself. It's like
Someone
super
posted
weird.
on. All right, but Phoebe.
Yeah.
This is the counterpoint, and someone
Yeah.
posted this in 100% seriousness
Uh-oh.
on the Frap Twitter.
Oh no.
Homestuck 2 is being written bad on purpose because it is a meta-textual, like, thrill ride. It's not trying to get a good story. It's meta. It's a meta narrative.
Oh my god, if you write it to be bad, it's still bad. Like,
Ironic
it's not
shitposting.
It's not enjoyable.
Ugh. Ironic shit posting is still shit posting, you freaking morons. Just because they say, haha, it's bad on purpose does not make it good. You can't just
Plus-
feel like,
It's like a meme in some communities I'm around with. Like, this is just go read Victor Pelevin or someone, like, you know, an actual writer, if you want to see some of this stuff done properly. But like, these people are shit at it. They're shit.
Have they read... Saxel, finish your thought, and I got something after it.
it was just me being passionate about writing something badly and then saying, aren't I smart? I wrote it bad on purpose. Haha, it does not make you a genius at writing or your work
yeah.
good just because you acknowledge the fact that it's shit. You fucking shitter.
I agree
All
with
right.
that so much. It's such a lazy way out of writing. Like, it's just acknowledging that your shit doesn't make it, like, smart. You're just agreeing with people that it's bad, but then getting mad when they say it themselves.
This is not This is not like, you're not Socrates, man. Socrates says, well, I know nothing, so I'm therefore, but I'm the only one who knows that I know nothing. See, that's a different, being terrible at basketball, but acknowledging you're terrible at basketball doesn't make you a good basketball player. Like, writing is a skill, writing is a talent, knowledge is something different. Knowing where you stand on a knowledge level is different than knowing when everyone else doesn't know where they stand, like when it comes to knowledge. That's different. But when it comes to writing and basketball and competitive basket weaving, just because you are bad and you acknowledge it doesn't make you better. It makes you just as bad.
It makes you pretentious.
Yeah, but
It's way worse.
But I mean, here's the thing. Most people, like I've done sports and I started a couple sports. I was very bad at it, but I recognized that I was very bad at it. So I can at least recognize I'm terrible. I didn't have this thing where I'm like, oh man, I'm way better than I am. I didn't have the Dunning-Kruger. So I got better at it. But they're thinking that, so I went and I trained and I got better at it. I almost got into the state championship for whatever, like in whatever sport. So like, that's what you do when you know you're not bad, when you know you're bad. But they are acknowledging they're bad at writing, kind of. They're kind of like, they're tongue-in-cheek acknowledging they're bad at writing, and then they're saying that the fact that they're acknowledging it makes their writing better, but
It's like being stuck in a septic tank. You can either be aware of it and climb out of it, or you can sit in the shit and be smug.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to be smug.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy the smell of these fumes.
Oh yeah,
pungent.
I love fumes.
I mean,
yes,
honestly, I don't.
Let me wash.
Honestly, I don't think I can write any better than the What Pumpkin Crew. But I don't know. I don't think I could. I really don't think I could write any better than the What Pumpkin Crew. I can but I'm not fucking writing. Yes, you still can critique. There was something I saw. There was a comedy skit where like a guy's making fun of is saying that woman's a bad mother, and then another mother pipes up and says, "Well, you aren't a mother. You can't. How can you tell? You don't know what it's like." And the guy just responds, "Well, I don't know how to drive a helicopter, but when I see a helicopter flaming on fire in a tree, I can say that's wrong." So I'm not a writer. I don't know what to do with writing, but I see a helicopter burning in a tree.
I'm not a writer, but I'm not getting paid $10,000 a month to write a comic.
Oh God, $10,000 a month.
$10,000 at least.
So what's that? $120,000 a year?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's like might be before Patreon's cut and tax and shit, but even then, that's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money for producing one single page a month and like a wall of text in very large font, by the way. So it looks like more than it is. Come on, I went to grade school too.
Writers,
like honestly,
real writers actually write more for less. Like it's to like a ridiculous degree.
You know, they're doing shit that I did in, like, well, we don't have middle school here, but American middle school. They're doing shit that I did to get passed on tests and reports.
They squeeze the margins. They indent a lot. They press enter. They press enter earlier. You know, oh God, I did that. I did that on a couple bullshit things.
Oh yeah, haven't we all? That's a staple.
All right.
Like, okay, so yeah, let's go.
So let's just go back to what the fuck's up with it. First off, they named their kid Yiffy Covington Longstockings.
That's like naming your kid Gimp.
Yiffy Longstockings, Lalonde, what's Jade's last name? Oh my,
Harley.
Lalonde Harley. So you're that acknowledging that Rose is your mother, and then Rose is cheating. Rose just cheated, and Kanai got cucked, and Kanai is in denial.
It's not cheating. It's just raising a child and being inseminated without the knowledge.
It's just raising a child in secret.
Can we talk about that real quick? Humans don't gestate. Humans do not have a good chance, even while ovulating, of inception. It's like just from one time.
50% at best.
Plus miscarriage percentage, so it's purely physical. But
either she is lucky, she has super cum, or they fucked a lot.
Oh my God!
I think
it's a little
because
of both.
Because of how trash this is, because of how trash this writing is, I 100% guarantee Jade and Rose fucked like at least 20 times in like 2 weeks to ensure insemination.
Radioactive jizz.
Like bed breaking shit.
I can't wait for Rose to get Dr. Manhattan.
Be gone.
For those who don't know, or also Mary Jane, I guess. I guess Dr. Manhattan, it was a thing. For those who don't know, Dr. Manhattan in The Watchmen was accused of giving. He's like literally a walking piece of radiation, and he is accused of giving his lovers cancer. That never actually happened, but sorry, spoilers. But in Spider-Man, Mary Jane, in one of the billions of universe, I hate everything besides The Watchmen when it comes to comics. But anyway, Mary Jane dies from cancer because Peter Parker came in her too much, and it was radioactive, and that's not a joke. That's not a joke in any way.
Stupid.
That actually happened in the bullshit that is Marvel.
Well, I guess Homestuck is becoming a proper comic then, isn't it?
I think it might have been like One More Day just before that one, which is like the most hated arc of Spider-Man history.
Yeah, straight up, I'm just going to say this, completely unrelated. Marvel and DC need to go bankrupt.
Oh yeah, fuck them.
That's it. They just need to be burnt to the ground. That's it. Okay, sorry.
No monopoly.
2000 AD represent.
I'm gonna say something. I feel bad for Jade.
Yeah.
Because like she could have been.
Yeah, same.
She could have been such a better character, so much more important and well utilized.
We got a whole section on that. Let's hold that back. All right.
I feel so bad, though.
Do we have anything else to say about this latest update, the cuckening? Because I mean, I got it.
Kind of relating to what I was gonna say. Like she got a complete character overhaul, and she's not the same person anymore. She got like reduced to 2 traits.
Okay, now
that weren't even her original traits.
Exactly. They were just tacked on by the fandom because the fandom is funny and haha likes weird smut, whatever. Don't adopt that into the story and then get mad at people for thinking it's stupid.
I commissioned an edit that was that of the big titty dog dick Jade is married to Jane and Jade is lactating.
Oh no.
I commissioned that to be edited into Rose.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Good old Chaz.
Good old Chaz.
It's accurate now.
It's so accurate. I mean, maybe not the Jade is. It should be Rose is lactating, but still, insane. Okay, so let's just talk. Since we've been talking about how she was reduced to a couple character traits, let's talk about Jade's character regression, because there is no such thing as character development in Homestuck. It is regression.
Yeah, they didn't give her much of like. Okay, so Hussey gave her some traits that were good. I liked them, but then he didn't really do anything with it, and she just kind of like got used as a plot device from the moment, like the very moment she was brought on screen. It's such a disappointment and really just kind of pathetic that Jade went from like this weird cottagecore scientist girl / gardener / sharpshooter alone on an island with her god-powered dog. And they took all that, and instead of doing anything good with it, they just turned it into, I'm horny, I'm gonna pressure you into sex now, I want a threesome, Kanaya, shut the fuck up and get out, I'm gonna fuck your wife now. And it's like, shout out to our thumbnail here. Oh yeah.
Remember when the kids had hobbies?
Remember that? I do.
Jade's character development is like so sad because she did have like a slow like actual arc in the early parts of Homestuck before X6.
She was a fun and goofy girl.
She's a fun and goofy girl who believed in what she saw in Sky's clouds, and she believed in the plan. And then everything went horribly wrong. Prospect got destroyed. She never got to be with John flying around Prospect and enjoying time with her ecto brother. Her dream self is dead for years because Grandpa Harley finds her on the battlefield, stuffs her, and then takes her back with him to the time when he was alive. So she's been dead for a while when she's resurrected as Jade Sprite. And Jade Sprite just doesn't want to do this shit. She doesn't want to do this. This is awful.
She's too fucking exhausted.
She just wants to be dead and hang out with her friends in the dream bubbles. And
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either. And if you think about, like, if she knows what happens in the future to her and everybody else because she's in the dream bubbles and then being dragged back into it because she's the Sprite, I'm all like, yeah, I'd be pretty depressed too.
Yeah, I'd have a breakdown.
She trusted the plan, and the plan just fucked her over and over again.
Yeah. Just like she fucked Rose.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
It drives me crazy when people are just like, she has like no character and she's a Mary Sue, and I'm just like, you shut your whore mouth.
What is it with people who have shit taste hating like John and Jade?
I honestly think it's because they're actually nice people.
Yeah,
like John and Jade are like good people for the most part in actual Homestuck.
They aren't hiding behind 500 layers of irony. They aren't want-to-be fucking Dunning-Kruger kids.
The current writers can't relate to them.
Well, I mean, you can't relate to a nice person if you're not a nice person.
Exactly. Glad we all came to that conclusion.
Jade comes into her own as a god tier, a dog tier in Cascade, and it's like the most amazing moment ever.
That was like probably my favorite part of Homestuck. Like a lot of people.
Saxel, you only like Jade because you're Jade.
Aw,
so.
Sweet.
Oh, damn, you found my secret. I lived on an island alone for my formative years with just my dog.
You shot your grandfather?
Shot her dog. Oh,
yeah, it was an accident. I was just playing with my gun, okay?
No, this is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
And I thought that the blue woman killed him. And I was wrong, because Vriska didn't kill him. I guess it's technically Tavros that killed him.
Fuck that paraplegic little sniveling bastard. For daring to make Vriska sad.
Yeah, but, like, Jade goes through all of that. She finally comes to her apotheosis, where she finally becomes the witch of space and saves their planets, saves John and herself from the scratch, and they all leap through the fourth wall to the yellow yard and, facilitates the fact that they can win the game. Jade is the one that they need, along with, I guess, Dave, really, to win the game. She's the one that bred the frog.
She gets shit going, yeah.
She's bred more than just the frog.
Wow.
And she gets
I'm going to make so many jokes about that.
Yeah, I know. She gets shit done, though. That was really impressive. And, like, her whole problem with Jade Sprite is that Jade Sprite would not knuckle down to do what needed to be done because she started being a stats act. And this becomes a point of contention with her and Dave later on because Dave becomes a Jimbo. He won't fucking do anything and refuses to pick up his responsibilities as their time player and to, face Lord English because I don't want to face him. He has nothing to do with me, despite the fact that Lord English is the reason why everything is so fucked up in their lives.
Dave became Shinji.
He became a Jimbo. I'm going to keep saying that because it's my favorite meme from HST.
Please tell me.
Have you seen the Fuck Dave logs?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I have. We might have to link those because those are a little obscure. But effectively, they call because Dave became Shinji, they started calling him Jimbo because he wasn't worthy of the name Dave.
It's really funny. There's this image where Dave Sprite's just all like, dude, what the fuck? I gave up Jade because I thought she was worthy of like a real Dave, and I'm not that, but you're garbage. You're not worthy of the name Dave, you're Jimbo now.
Get fucked, Jimbo.
Then after that, what does she do? She becomes
brainwashed. She jumps into the new fucking session, and the minute she does and goes to meet everyone, she's like, yay, all my friends. And then HIC comes in, it's just like, haha, mind crushed. And she's evil now. Woo.
I haven't thought of a way to balance Jade's powers. She's evil now.
He got
all right.
She got brain fuckled. She got straight up brain fuckled.
All right, so like, I kind of like Grimbark Jade on like a superficial level. I like her color scheme, but like not only that, but like after not getting to see a lot of Jade for a while, it was really fun to see her again, even if she was possessed. But like, I don't know. I thought it was funny. It was still Jade, but like Coca-Cola Black version of Jade. If you haven't had Coca-Cola Black, it's like that. It's Coke mixed with coffee that they were selling for a while, and I was the only person who liked it, like Grimbark Jade. And that's how I feel about her. She's Coca-Cola Black.
Grimbark Jade, I think, was really cool. In a smart way to kind of mitigate the fact that she could just snop every problem out of existence if she wanted to.
And she still barked a little bit. That was so cute.
Rimbar Jade wouldn't even be a bad thing if real Jade actually
existed.
Yeah. I mean, what's
agree.
that amazing steel corridor steel corridor is a prophet. There was that amazing picture where that was Hussey's bringing character development to all the characters, and Rose and Dave are sitting at the end of the tables, just super fat. Dave,
bloated and fat.
And then John is just like
very thin.
He's emaciated, and like Dave's asking, "Hey John, you gonna eat that character development there on your plate?" And then Jade's just at the back of the table, literally a mummy,
literally just a skeleton,
just dead.
I love that comic.
I fucking love Steel Corridor.
Yeah,
it's
we
really
should
accurate.
get him for an interview sometime, but he probably wouldn't. That's all right.
Steel Corridor was right after Homestuck came out. He was an absolute prophet, and then he came up with a few things that were even greater, like the Breeder comic. That was great.
Breeders.
Calling Roxy and John breeders will get oh my god.
If I didn't know the man, I'd say he was actually just Hussey writing under a pseudonym.
Yeah. Thanks.
And now he shitposts on a dying Tumblr and a completely unknown Twitter about hattering porn. That's about it. I mean, hattering's cute, but jeez. Yeah, so whatever. He's living his best life away from Homestuck.
Yeah, good for him. I hope that I can do that someday too.
Jesus, we gotta move on.
Jeez, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're at 43 minutes.
Late.
After this, let's go into the next topic, which is authorial maliciousness. So we already described Jade, and now what they fucking do to Jade after Homestuck ends.
It could even be considered during Homestuck. There's some authorial maliciousness from Hussey himself in his purposes to diminish and hold Jade back from, solving all the problems, because she's extremely overpowered by the end of Cascade.
He wrote himself into a corner.
Yeah, it's like, and instead of working with that like a good author, he just kind of like shoved it off to the side and let her kind of go wild and blah blah blah.
I'm pretty sure put on a boat is like a euphemism when it comes to character writing, when they just disappear, but like she literally just got put on a boat for 3 years.
I think that's a Berserk term.
Yeah.
Is it?
Only instead in Berserk the entire comic stops.
Get on the boat, Jade.
Oh, okay,
anyway, what really epitomizes all of this is the bonus update, the most recent one. Yeah, Saxel, you probably... I can't finish this coherently without losing my shit.
Same.
Yes, the bonus update. That update has Andrew Hussey himself talk
remember,
to
these weren't
Dirk.
meant to be plot relevant.
These weren't meant to be plot relevant. They were meant to be, side supplementaries to what's going on, and it's just not important. Except for this, because they show a silhouette of Yiffy in this update, and Andrew Hussey talks about things like, where Yiffy's been, a school for inconvenient girls, and more tellingly, it's just... He talks about how when people are like, this character wouldn't do that, he's just like, well, yeah, but, do you honestly think...
What if I made them do it? Ooh,
what if I made them do it? Yeah, like Carcat being Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid, or fucking...
He's not even Big Boss, he's like Venom.
He's just a Metal Gear Solid reference. But he's just like, do you think this makes sense either? So, like, what's the deal, well, bro? And I'm just like, dude, fuck you.
It was just like a stupid argument you would have in your head, except someone put it on my screen and published it so everyone can see it, and it's really dumb.
God, I love Dirk being a straw man.
Yeah, me too. It made me like him a lot more.
Yeah, it's like, is this guy meant to be a villain?
And then they start like basically turning Jade into they turn her into a slut, and they even say, "I'm just a silly little slut." We'll talk about a little bit of that more, and like they straight up slut shame her. Like they make fun of her for like they say she literally fucked half the world and isn't over half the world like her descendants.
Ha ha ha, this woman has intimacy issues. Isn't that funny?
That is the most interesting thing they could come back to about Jade, really?
Sex.
Like, absolutely, really?
Now.
Like I get it. You could make your character a slut. That's fine. She could be the slut, but she could also like be a good character. You could do both of those things, by the way, Reed. I'm good, I'm gone. But, you know.
Reed, I'm good, I'm gone, yeah. Like, what's Jade's character now? They've turned Jade into a homewrecker and a slut. And a
weird joke, yeah.
And a bad mother.
Yeah, especially a bad mother.
A bad friend. You know,
a bad wife.
A bad wife, right?
A bad person in general.
She's a fucking horrible person now, like.
And this isn't like something that you can really point at in Homestuck and be like, yeah, Jade has the propensity to be this. Jade was one of the nicest characters.
Yeah, they just
they
completely changed her character. Like.
Jade, like the worst thing Jade did was be rude to Carcat because Carcat was trying to Carcat wasn't following her rules and Carcat was being confusing. She was just like, password fuck ass, and that's really it. But she was like, that's not mean. That's knocking some sense into a guy when they're in a really important situation.
It's
Carcat.
Fuck him.
Jade tries. Yeah. Jade tries so hard, and they just took that away from her.
Yeah, they took away like any sort of like instance of Jade being a good person. Like when Jade got a hold of Rose to tell her that her mom was dead because nobody else told her and she didn't know. Like, damn, Jade. That's like really hard news to drop on somebody, but that's really good on her to tell her as a friend. You know, and like there's other things that like prove that Jade is a good person and wouldn't do things to like hurt her friends or act too selfishly on her own interests, because she put like other people and other people's perceptions of her before herself. It's like a Harley Burt thing.
And that's why she's hated.
Where they kind of hold themselves back. They hold themselves back and don't like go after or feel the things that they should, because they don't want to rock the boat and they want to just have their friends and not have them worry about them because they have their own issues. And I know that feeling. I know that feeling a lot.
Who hasn't known a person like that who would just sacrifice pretty much anything for you, but they don't like really even give much of a hint that they're feeling any pain. And that's like,
I guess she's trying to fill the holes in her heart by filling a bunch of holes.
Yeah.
Particularly Rose's.
Yeah. Oh God.
This is gonna be my only contribution to the next like 6 parts. Just like
that's fine. That's
jokes about Jade fucking Rose.
That's fine, because it's just garbage, man.
It is garbage. She's gonna pop out a puppy.
It's so out of fucking character, and I this comes into where my supposition of authorial maliciousness comes in. I think it's on purpose to crush Jade as a character, because they've taken anything about her that is like good and decent as her as a person, and over the course of fucking, I guess even Grimbark was an attempt to be like, hey, look at this, Jade's actually a bad person and you shouldn't like her, but everyone didn't get on the bandwagon because why would they think that? She was fucking brainwashed.
Yeah. Besides, oh, look at that dog. That's cool. Who's gonna not like that?
You like people, you fucking idiot. You fucking moron.
You like this character who's nice to everybody? What the fuck is wrong with you?
As we know in Homestuck, if you look at the end character like lineup, all the women character, how many of them are actually like genuinely nice people who are like good? Actually, not even woman character. Even the guys. Who is not a genuine piece of shit and is just a really nice person you wish that you could go out to Starbucks and hang out with for like, I don't know, 3 hours talking about anything.
John,
Roxy, Kanaya.
Yeah, John, Roxy,
Solux,
Jade, Kanaya.
maybe, but he barely fucking counts.
Well,
Maybe
not Jade
Theffery.
now.
Not Jade now, not current Jade.
Not current Jade,
not
but,
direct to VHS sequel Jade.
I guess
No.
at like the end of Homestuck, then let's carve out the epilogues and Homestuck 2 because they're already garbage anyway. But if you look at the characters at the end of Homestuck proper, and then just count the amount of ones that are just good people, it amounts to what? John, Roxy,
Kanaya. Rose wasn't bad.
Most of the good people are dead.
Yeah, you know, characters like Nepeta, Theffery, you know.
Nice people go nowhere. Mean people actually rule the world, which is true, but fuck you.
Tavros.
Yeah, it's true, and I don't like it.
Mean people write Homestuck.
What do you mean you're nice? You're gonna fucking get the bat, you nice person. How dare you breathe?
Yeah.
Don't be friends with that person. Ooh.
All the good characters got fucked. Like, John's in a fucking wallet in space.
Fuck.
All, like...
Imagine being turned into a fucking space wallet and none of your friends ask about you. Like, why would you
Not
write
one.
that?
Where's the when do people, like, nobody fucking reads the letters?
Where is the respect for John?
This reminds me, like, real quick. In the new update, one of the last things Candy John asks is, "Hey, where's Dave?" You know how ironic it is that John asked where Dave, the man who abandoned the timeline to become a robot on behest of Obama, is that John cares about this asshole, when Meet Dave doesn't give a fuck about John and has never asked him or asked on screen where he is. What a piece of shit.
I hate it too.
Remember when he just disappeared in his house like 4 years ago?
Oh god, yeah, that's horrible. And then,
why would you write that?
So anyway, they've ruined Jade's character. They've like gone out of their way to purposely ruin her. They turned her from a nice, quirky girl who tries her hardest to help people and turned her into a slut, homewrecker, adulterer, horrible mother.
Horrible mother. Like
parent, like,
oh my god.
Like, what else could you? And then also just a jerk. Also just a general jerk. Like, what else? What, like, how else could you ruin somebody until like you can't? There's not much else she could do besides murdering someone.
Yeah.
God, she doesn't even raise her own child. It's horrible.
I agree.
So,
I'm going to say something about that. That kind of just bothered me because, I mean, they tried to frame it as these two really wanted a child. Jade wanted a family, but she wasn't able to have one. And the second she gets anything,
they were saying like Dave. Yeah, and they're saying Dave wanted it too,
yeah,
but Dave doesn't even know.
He's not even involved with it. What do you mean he wanted this too? No.
Like it'd be one thing if like they even came to the point where Dave was like at least the surrogate father, was like the adoptive father, but also like why
Dave
not
Dave being a dad that'd be awesome.
Here's my spicy take there. Ooh. It's because Dave Jade bad. We can't give them anything, and
Dave Jade bad. Positive father figures bad.
Dave Cat good.
Dave Cat good. Yeah. There's
Dave.
All right, Jade gets a dog dick, so she can't have babies with Dave in the Candy timeline, where literally everyone else has babies. Okay.
And they can't do it by ectobiology because
they can't do it by ectobiology because Jade herself is just like, I really wanted to be a mother.
I really want this baby right now, so I can give it away, so I could send it off to boarding school. That's why I want a family.
Jade just wanted fuck that. They make Jade just made a Jade a slut. Jade just wanted a nut and rose and came up with this whole fucking excuse. Like,
I mean, who wouldn't, honestly? Like, really?
Jade just wanted a nut and rose, convinced her with all this horse shit, like, oh, I want a child, but blah, 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 blah. nutted in her. She got pregnant on accident and just fucking shifted off.
That on accident. That was on purpose.
Long con. That was a long con, and she pulled it off.
Yep, that's what happened. All right, we got to move on to the next topic. We talked about it a little bit. We've actually talked about it quite a bit. I don't know if we should skip it. Jade's a silly little slut, but we've really talked about it. And we gotta get moving. What else? Like, do we have anything else to describe? Dave, Sprite, and Jade. That's probably the most. Most we need to probably add.
Dave, Sprite, and Jade was like nice.
It's a little tragic.
And it's like a lot that people hold up for like why Dave Jade is really nice, because Dave and Jade have such a great chemistry together. And the only reason why they didn't work out is because Dave Sprite had his own hang-ups about not being the real Dave and thinking that Jade deserves better. And this is reflected again in the Pest Request route with was it Dave's route or Jade's route? I think it was Dave's route. But he mentions that he doesn't feel like he's good enough for Jade, but he likes her. That's the like implication anyway.
That's depressing.
That is depressing because like, Jade clearly really likes him.
Like, when you put it like that, it's double depressing because they like each other, and then Carcat is he's kind of the third wheel, kind of the second prize. I wouldn't want to do that.
They treat Carcat like he's the first prize and Jade's the extra wheel.
It's the opposite. They don't want to admit that, so you got to keep it a little hush hush.
Jade, like, her constantly is just trying to have Dave be the best person he can be. And, you know, that's kind of reflected in her, like, argument with him when she's Grimbark. She's possessed, obviously. But, like, she still has the feelings.
She wants him to be the best, yeah.
She still has those feelings of, God damn it, why you being a lazy piece of shit about this? Why are you just, like, refusing to do it? Like, this is important. This is important not just for, like, everyone else, but for you, too. And he's just like, yeah, nah.
No, it's a sign that she actually cares about him. You're supposed to try to push the people you care about towards, like, bettering themselves. You can't change them, but you can, like, at least, like, help them help themselves. And if they don't want it, then, like, maybe it's, like, their problem.
Yeah, it's almost like Dave's a bad person.
Don't say that. You can't say that.
Homestuck's filled with terrible characters.
Yeah, it's true. Homestuck is filled with terrible characters.
Now we've talked about Jade's relationships. Let's rank them on a tier list. It's shipping chart time.
Oh my God.
Ranking everything on a tier list. All right. Hey, so check this out. Let's get we have our stuff ranked. We're going to start off with Dave.
Oh, boy.
Where does Dave belong on the tier list?
Normal Dave?
Let's just go Dave in general.
Oh, gosh. I am a big Dave Jade fan.
Me too.
Big.
It's a good ship.
But
I thought it was going to be
Endgame. Will I say
it's
Lemon? Yeah, you know, honestly, it did feel like it was going to be Endgame, but then Endgame happened, and it's just like, haha, fuck you. Which is ironic, because...
Why would anything nice happen?
I almost want to say Apple tier, honestly. The reason why I say Dave is Apple tier is because him and Jade really only spend time together very briefly in Act 5. They have great interactions with the fucking Pesterlogs and everything. They have great chemistry. I love them.
That's true.
Jade really wants to uplift Dave and reaffirm his identity that he pushes forward. And Dave he's so cute with Jade. Fuck.
Yeah.
But the problem is that, like, I want to bump him down from Lemon because no, he doesn't spend as much time as the person that Khan keeps hovering his fucking mouse over.
Exactly.
So that's why I put him on Apple tier. And also, like, there's other shit. If I wanted to count Homestuck 2 and everything else, I would put that piece of shit in Peach because he's an asshole. but I'm not going to. So, are you gonna just put him in Lemon?
No.
Do it. Do it right now.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but good on you.
But Dave. The reason the ship is good, but Dave never does anything to reciprocate it, and it's just always. It's like the bad boyfriend, the deadbeat boyfriend. Dave is a fucking deadbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave is a deadbeat, beat, because he's like all about raps and
Dead because
dead because he died. All right, he's shit. He's shit, but the ship's good, so he's an apple tier.
His beats are so dead that he owes the fucking. What's that shit? I don't even remember. He owes him child support. Fuck. Joke ruined because I can't even fucking remember words.
Starting to go senile.
All right, so anyway, I like Dave and Jade. It's cool. They seem like your friends who got together, and it's really adorable to see them together. But I also feel like the part where Dave and Jade interacted the most, I feel like a lot of people were gearing up for that to actually be closer to the end of Homestuck. But then Homestuck just kind of it kept going. It just kind of zombie Simpsoned on.
There was a gas leak in Hussey's house.
Yeah, there was a gas leak in Hussey's house, and he just sat right next to the stove huffing it.
It's like, instead of the gas leak season of Community, there's a whole gas leak half the comic instead of just the gas leak season.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. He's also Apple Tier because Dave and Apple Tier is constantly a funny joke.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's also a good joke. All right. What about Bird Dave?
Lemon.
Bird
Dave.
He tried to better himself for Jade. They really hyped each other up. They were really good for each other. It's like Dave Sprite Dave Sprite left Rose, the only two people in their timeline. He really he left her alone so that he could at least try to fix it. Dave Sprite always was trying to help everybody else around him.
It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Kind of like what Jade does.
And he was trying to help Jade emotionally, Dave, and then she was trying to help him, and then he even left Jade because he felt it was better for her in the long run.
No.
And no. And then doesn't he become Dave Epida Sprite squared?
God, they killed him. They killed my boy.
His character didn't die, it was fucking murdered. And it was murdered.
They murdered him in cold blood.
With a pair of gigantic lips.
and also Nepida, man. Poor Nepida.
Poor Nep.
Nepida didn't deserve that. Dave's personality completely vored her.
Yeah.
She doesn't exist in Dave Peta Sprite.
It's just Dave that makes cat puns.
No, she exists. Yeah, she exists as Cat. The concept of Cat, not her character, just the concept of Cat. Haha, cat bird. Haha, it's so funny.
I mean, unfortunately, there's not a ton to talk about with Dave Sprite and Jade. It's just really good, and they were really great for each other, and it
was ruined just because he had an identity problem. He just didn't feel like he was worth her because he wasn't the real Dave, and it wasn't something he could reconcile, and he never did. And then he combined with Nepida and killed himself.
Dave Sprite is more Dave than Dave.
Yeah? Oh, God, poor Dave. Dave Sprite. I love you, Dave Sprite.
Virgin Dave versus Chad Dave Sprite. Has someone made that?
Yeah.
I hope someone's made
Can
that.
someone?
I hope
yeah.
so.
I bet someone has made
someone
that.
Someone in the community. If you make that, I will retweet it. I will
love you forever.
I'll give you $5.
Yeah, Phoebe will give you head.
And $5.
Yeah, I'll send you a gram of weed.
And $5.
Yeah.
And $5.
Yeah.
$5 7 times. So
and $5.
And $5.
Fuck yeah.
All right. All right. How about the next kid, John?
No.
Nah, they're bros.
God, no.
This is an incest.
In the John episode, we said that was actually limey.
They're bros. Every bro got a little bromance. Come on, they're not dating.
we've talked before about how one person's good for the other person, then the other person's good for them.
Yeah.
True.
That makes sense.
John,
I wasn't even here for that, but that makes sense.
John, for Jade, we've already seen it. He's not really too sensitive to other people's emotional, states.
He's a dumb shit.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And she isn't to him either, but, she's a little more, I guess, aware than he is. He didn't even fucking pick up on the whole shit with Dave Sprite and her.
Dave is John's just aloof.
He's pretty aloof.
He's aloof.
And dense. Also, he's, related to her, and they've never had a flirty kind of, thing, in my opinion. And I don't think even beforehand he'd initiate with
yeah, they're just bros.
I see what you're doing, you cheeky dick.
Unfortunately, you guys can't see the recording, but you can't see the stream. But I'm fucking around with stuff. All right. We've already talked about Jade John. So it's okay for John, or it's kind of crap for John, but it's really bad with Jade. So let's go on to the hottest and spiciest one here, far and away. Rose and Jade.
Oh man, I haven't changed my mind since the Rose episode. It's still bad.
NTR means it's automatically in the bottom tier.
Yeah.
NTR.
I can't argue with that.
If there was if we could make a tier below it, I'd do that. The burning garbage bag tier.
Just make a tier below it that says bad. Don't even put her on the list. Don't even put her on it.
You know what? We'll make a grape tier for this. We're making a grape tier. We're breaking out the grape tiers. Saxel, can you make that icon? Because we're doing it.
Oh, God. I should have done it. I was all like, man, I should make a grape
I'll do it. It'll be really
icon.
shitty, though.
That's fine. Grape tier. I mean, it's shitty for just as shitty as the ships.
Yeah, good point.
All right. So Rose's grape tier.
Fuck grape. Grape juice never tastes like grapes.
Yeah. Rose and Jade is a grape tier.
Yeah.
Now,
I can't find where I put this icon, so I'm very sorry.
Oh, it's fine. We can't update it anyway. We'll fix it. We'll fix it all in post. Roxy and Jade.
Roxy and Jade, huh?
Anything?
Nothing.
Is it relevant?
Nothing. Peach.
No.
Nothing.
Let's
Peach.
Peach. Should we just keep the irrelevant ships off the chart?
I think so, because they don't talk, really. They don't... Well, I guess they talk in, the epilogues, but it's just, they're, friends. And I kind of like that. I like the idea of, Roxy and Jade being friends.
Yeah, but as a romantic ship or a sexual ship or anything,
No.
What about Dave 2, Dirk?
No.
Is it bad or irrelevant?
Irrelevant, because,
yeah.
again, they don't really
Talk.
interact.
I haven't
Who does
Anything?
Jade
thought
interact
about
with?
that.
What the fuck?
She interacts
Nobody.
She interacts with Carcat, and that's it.
Carcat and Dave.
Yeah.
I could probably look at the list and tell you which interactions I remember. Let's see. People who have interacted. No. Yes. Hold on.
Oh my god.
No, kind of. No, no. Yes. Yes? I'm pretty sure they talk. Yes.
All right. We can go down the list as we go. So
Yeah. So
not
I'll
too
just,
many.
there's a few characters that she's actually interacted with, and everyone else is just I don't think they've ever talked. Jane and Jade, I don't
Which
think...
is our next ship.
That is so weird to
they're
think about.
freaking... they only interacted when they were brainwashed and crazy by HIC. Does that even count?
No, maybe, but also I could see that as a hot fiction thing. I could see that as a hot fiction, they are in spades with each other because they're both vying for HIC's attention.
Cool.
That'd be cool. But
there's no contextual stuff, but I actually could dig that shit.
Lime, maybe then?
being creative with that kind of thing.
I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot that could be, with that HIC thing. There could be a lot expanded on with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, like they have interacted at least, so you can't put her, I think, on the list.
Oh my god. It just really goes by who has interacted with her the most, because that's how much it sucks.
Yeah. Jake and
they used to be pen pals. Like, this
how
is
did that
something
even work?
Pisses me off so badly because she was pen pals with Jake. They had like some sort of cross universal timeline scratch shit going on.
Never explained.
And they weren't and still basically aren't allowed to share screen time, even in pest requests. And that pisses me off because, like, Jake needs family. He needs somebody who just cares about him and not because he's hot.
Nobody cares about Jake.
And
yeah,
Jade has family. He's grandpa. You know, he's her family. And it's just, they're not allowed to interact with each other, really. They're not allowed to talk to each other, really.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah. But as a romantic ship.
Oh, no.
Shit. Peach.
That's Peach. That's Peach, my dude. No, thank you.
Aradia and Jade?
That's like dream bubble talk, but like it's never like really.
I don't think it's ever been explored or even hinted at, or
I think they might have spoke a couple times, but that was it.
Like twice.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, I could see how it would work, but it there is nothing there.
Yeah.
What about the chaser who deserved to be crippled? Tavros.
For Tavros.
Fuck this guy. He deserved to be pushed off of a cliff for having low self-esteem. That's what we should do with all people who hate themselves and have mental health issues. Throw him off.
He was a chaser. He was a
chaser.
chaser.
He was chasing that cliff.
So any interactions worth it?
There might be something
like,
there. A little bit.
He's very cute with like how briefly he talks to Jade.
Tavros is adorable.
He's very kind with her for the most part, but he's not very aware socially on what he should say or what he shouldn't say because he's messed up with the whole like experiences with Vriska.
Yeah.
He does apologize initially for what he did with Beck and Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably
really.
should never have said that.
That's so fun. Oh man.
I feel like he's lime tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
There's nothing there.
That's fair.
There's not nothing there.
It's like a little schoolyard crush.
Yeah, it's cute.
Solix and Jade?
Solix never fucking... Again, I've said this before.
Solix is an antisocial fuck.
He doesn't talk to anyone who isn't in his friend group.
Which is literally just Aradia.
It's a
Aradia, Carcat,
Aradia,
and
Theferi.
Carcat.
Carcat and Jade.
Ooh,
I think this is actually...
I actually really like Carjade.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
I dug it.
I think it's decent. Apple or orange?
I think it's at least orange plus.
Orange plus.
So, low apple?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment.
Low apple.
Low apple, high orange.
Actually, let's put him on orange, because I don't want to put him next to Dave.
Fuck you guys. They can't even stand next to each other. You guys ruined it. Fuck you.
Dave
No
Cat is
Dave Cat
cancelled.
ever.
I like it, even though they were in this weird polyamorous throuple in meat or candy. I don't even know.
Let's just ignore the epilogues. Right, they had quite a few good conversations.
Carcat and Jade had great conversations with each other. They are so natural together when they talk. And he brings like out her aggressive side, so she's not a fucking
That's
doormat.
exactly what I was going to say.
Which is great.
She brings out a side that you don't really see much of her.
And he's like good for organizing her, and she's good for setting his ass online too, because he can get over himself very quickly. And it's nice kind of seeing her temper that and seeing him go, hey, stop being a fucking doormat.
Yeah, okay, I can dig.
I like that.
They had chemistry and some conversations together, so...
Yeah. I understand.
Do we have anything else to say about Karkat Jade? Because that's actually one of the more fleshed out ships.
Not much.
It's all right.
Part of me almost wants to flip the Karkat and Dave so they're on different tiers.
I can dig that.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
Dave, you're banished from Apple
my
Zone.
God.
That's what you get for being such a lazy, cowardly little cunt.
Honestly, yeah, that's what you get for not stepping up. You step down, bitch. Get out of here.
Dave is now an orange tier, and Karkat officially is an apple tier. Now we're moving on to Kanaya.
Revenge.
No, hold on. Let's hold our horses from the
It's gonna be
cuckening.
bad.
They've had nice talks with each other. I don't think it would work not because of the cuckening. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't think it would work because Kanaya really likes dangerous women, and that's the thing that turns her on. And Jade honestly isn't dangerous as a person.
Yeah.
She's very nice.
She isn't crazy enough to, like, activate Kanaya's simp instincts.
Yeah. Like, I could see them being very good friends if they were, like, allowed to actually talk to each other and hang out. There's a lot of pictures where, like, her and Kanaya bond over making fashion stuff.
Oh my
because
God.
Jade's, like, one of the few characters who went crazy with making alchemy outfits.
Yeah, that's so sad. Why? It's so sad that they didn't include Kanaya in the entire thing, where she could have obviously just fit right in, and there didn't have to be any drama. It was manufactured. I'm pissed off.
Yeah. Like, it could have been nice. I don't think Kanaya would have, like, a sort of sexual attraction to Jade in that manner, but, like, it could have been nice.
Yeah, they're friends. They can be friends.
Is the cuckening cuck holding, or is it cuck queening? I think it's cuck queening.
Cuck queening.
In this situation, I don't even know.
It's cuck queening, because if it's a woman that's being left out, it's being cuck queened.
Cool.
I see.
Okay.
So So are we putting her in lime tier or peach tier? Or orange tier?
I don't want to be...
Like, friendship-wise,
That's tough.
pretty good.
Homestuck 2 ruined it for me.
And romantically, peach tier, honestly. I really don't see them, like, having a relationship, even, like, before... If I dismiss Homestuck 2 and just think about them in general, they really seem more like they'd be very good friends. Space friends. Yay!
Oh, space friends, yay!
Than anything else. And I'd be perfectly okay with that. That'd be very nice. But relationships for, shipping either black or red, nah.
All right. I get that. Now, Terezi, relevant, irrelevant?
Does she ever really talk
I'd say
to
it's
Jade?
irrelevant.
I don't think she
Oh,
does.
they're furries.
Irrelevant.
Jade and Terezi really don't interact, which is kind of weird because,
You think they would?
Dave has been a counterpoint for a bunch of shipping between Dave Rezi, Dave Jade.
And they're both witches.
No, Terezi's a...
No,
Wait,
she's
no,
here.
wait.
They're both.
Terezi's here. Yeah, never mind. I'm wrong. Definitely wrong.
They're both
Who's the
they're
wait,
both
who's the witch?
furries.
Beffery.
Beffrey's the witch. That's what it is. Okay.
Yay, Yay.
So, what about Vriska and Jade?
Don't
Fuck
say that word
Vriska.
here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't. Put that down. You don't know where it's been.
Okay. Not relevant.
No.
Not relevant.
All she does
don't
is
even.
put Jade to sleep.
Yeah.
She bullies Jade.
Yeah, honestly, I don't. That does nothing for us. Just leave her there.
Aqueous has never talked with Jade, really.
Yeah. And then he wouldn't even be interested because she has a dog dick and he's into horse
Yeah.
dicks.
You don't want to cross your fetishes like that, come on.
Gamzee?
Stinky clown.
No, I don't think they've ever talked either or interacted in a meaningful way, have they?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, he might have said motherfucking miracles at some point. Or
Maybe
honk.
during Act 6 when she was brainwashed and crazy.
Hey, can we just get a quick honk in the chat? Honk.
Honk.
Honks in chat, everybody. All right. Nothing there, really. A relevant ship. And then...
Irrelevant.
Should we even put irrelevant on the tier list or just leave them out?
Leave them out.
Leave them out.
Nasty
Leave
ass
them out.
Well, I mean, like, put in a irrelevant tier.
Nah,
Nah.
we're
Nah.
good.
They
Nah.
hover in the void.
I don't
Alright.
think anyone needs to see another picture of Vriska.
All right, what about Ewi?
Ewy.
I like it.
Aridin actually has talked with Jade. She did not like him, obviously, because he's an asshole. But he wasn't really trying to get with her. He was just like, hey, I know you use guns. You have good taste. Take my fucking Ahab's crosshairs because I have a better weapon, and I'm going to do that
thanks, Ari.
to face off against the witch, Rose. And she's just like, what? You stupid asshole. I'm the witch.
So-
He's the one that presumes. He talks to Jade, and he presumes that her and Rose aren't really friends. They have a rivalry or something going on. He basically assumes they don't really like each other, like any normal person in Homestuck assumes, because they don't really see them interact much, if at all. You know? So, and then she's just like, no, you stupid asshole. We're friends, you dick. Shut up. Stop talking to me. It's not romantic. It's not in the same way like Aridin pining for Rose's black rom.
All right, okay, I get
Okay.
this. So, Peachy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they're peachy. Yeah. It was funny though. I like seeing Jade just talk shit to Aridin because it's funny as hell.
Yeah, I like their interactions.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's very fun.
All right. What about Fef?
Beth and Jade. Beffery actually has someone she's talked to now.
Aw, that's so
Feffery has
sweet.
talked to Solux, Aridin, and Jade.
Oh my god.
Wow, I can't believe
What a
Beffery's on this
waste.
list.
What a
Feffery
fucking
is
waste.
literally is a plot device for Aridin.
Yeah. So Feffery's potential with a relationship with Jade. Feffery annoys Jade in a sort of like funny way. She does not really like Feffery, which is ironic because they're both witches and they're both pretty nice people, but I guess her personality just rubs wrong against Jade.
Yeah.
But Fef likes her.
Fef does like her, which is unfortunate because if she didn't like her and they were just razzing each other, I could be like, oh man, that'd be a fun black ship, but I can't even say that.
I guess Lime.
You think, Lime? I really don't think like they have any sort of like relationship in that manner. I think like if Jade was able to like hang out with Feffery more, they might be friends, which would be nice. If
That would be
Feffery
nice.
had friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It'd
see.
be nice if Feffery wasn't dead.
It'd be nice if Feffery was a character and wasn't dead and had friends.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Now, we got one that we didn't actually include on this on accident.
Uh-oh.
Calliope. Or
Oh.
Calliope.
No.
Her.
Not
You're
bad.
right. She actually does have some significant interactions with her
Also,
in Act
wait,
6.
In the bin.
Has she also-
In the bin.
has she also has Jade interacted with Caliborn?
No.
No.
No, okay. Just want to make sure. So he's irrelevant. But Calliope,
I've
I mean,
seen people ship
obviously, Tart's saying in the bin, so right into Peach.
Right in a peach tier.
Right into Peach. So,
Fuck Calliope.
I feel that. I don't like Calliope
Worst
either.
character in the fucking comic by a country mile.
that's a long mile.
Jade's and Calliope's relationship are like a hand and a sock puppet. I don't approve of it.
Yeah.
Calliope basically just has her hand up Jade's ass.
Just right up there. She's digging around.
Ew.
That was one of my that was one of my fucking favorite trash talks in wrestling. Is like, I'm gonna fucking shove my hand in your ass and use you as a sock puppet.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Nice.
people
very
say
good one.
wrestling isn't gay.
Who says that?
Or
Honestly.
everyone says wrestling's gay, and you know what? Sometimes I can feel it, but also it's a sport for men who want to fight other men.
It's a little gay. That's
a
fine.
little
I
gay.
can appreciate it.
I mean,
You just want to fight
It's okay
another
to be
man.
gay.
That's fine.
anything
Appreciate
where
it.
males are making close contact, someone's gonna say it's kind of gay.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
Just
don't know,
saying.
boss. It seems kind of gay to me. Being in the same room as another man.
All right. I mean, I did wrestle in high school, and one of my best moves involved my hand. Like I was good, but my best move involved me shoving my hand in a guy's crotch. So I've probably touched. I've had about 300 matches, so I've probably touched about 250 dicks.
Cool.
Nice. He's the banana
In a
wrangler.
row?
I am straight, however.
Award
but
for most dicks touched.
Yeah, I suppose I could go gay for pay. Whatever.
So Calliope, right?
Gay for wrestling.
Yeah, so Calliope. Peach?
Yeah.
I honestly would say Peach because Calliope, again, she has more of a friendly. She's one of the friendly. I use air quotes for that. Friendly characters of Homestuck, kind of like Pfeffery in that way, but I have opinions about Calliope that I'm not going to talk about right now. Romantically, no.
That's not how cherubs work.
Yeah.
Calliope's kind of like a fucking child. You know, she's making friends.
What is she, 11?
Wants to be friends with everybody, and that's nice and whatever. But actually having a relationship, I honestly don't think she can have a relationship with anybody in a romantic context.
Yeah, she's
yes,
a
you've heard me say that.
I guess maybe Roxy, but honestly, I'm just gonna spit it out. My head. We'll discuss it probably more in Roxy's episode, but I honestly think Roxy secretly hates Calliope and just doesn't want to hurt her feelings because Calliope would be alone otherise.
Oh, that's sad.
That's pretty sad and pretty
That's
spicy.
my headcanon, but like, who likes Calliope? Like, Calliope's insufferable, so...
I actually kind of like her, but it's because she's insufferable and trying to be nice and, you know, just... She's one of those people who acts very nice and sweet, but you could tell they have an ulterior motive, and they get into that really quickly if you get to know them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know, I like reading about that character. I wouldn't like to know her.
Phoebe.
Yes.
Is she a clout chaser?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, she might be.
Calliope is literally the Homestuck writing team.
Oh my god, she is.
She's the personification of it.
She's got her hand up Jade's ass. I can't fucking believe this.
We've stumbled on some gold here.
Over.
So
everyone get out of here right now.
All right, so we got the official tier list. We have Dave Sprite in lemon, Carcat in apple, Dave in orange, Jane and Tavros in lime. We have John, Jake, Kanaya, Eridan, and Pfeff in peach, and then we have Rose in grape tier.
Fuck you.
Okay, so that's the official tier list. If you don't agree with us, yell at us in the comment and fight the person who disagrees with you in the comment. Like, dox the person who disagrees with you in the comments.
Whoever comes to us with the best docs will be interviewed on the show.
Yep. Straight up, just find their personal information and give it to us.
I will mail you a picture of my house.
Okay, we're obviously kidding about the doxing, but seriously, fight about it in the comments, please.
We need the engagement. All
right, so now we need to move on to our next section. Inconsistencies within the Homestuck universe, starting with Jade's tale.
Let's have a little story time, shall we?
Yeah, I love stories.
All right. Okay. Who knows about Lexi?
A little bit.
Lexi is the artist who Hussey had create Jade's God tier, basically her design.
Oh, okay. So that really nice picture of
that
the Jade
really beautiful picture where she's holding up her hand in Cascade and the stars behind her and everything.
The classic.
This is buried material. You have to actually look for this information. But in shorthand terms, when developing Jade's God tier for Cascade. She was given notes on how to look and came with a few designs and asked Tussie, does she have a tail? And the answer was no. And so that's why in Homestuck itself, Jade does not have a dog tail.
Damn, wasted opportunity. It's so
a cute puppy tail, right?
Yeah, it's adorable. What the fuck was he thinking? That's the worst decision he's ever made in all of Homestuck.
And clearly he's recognized that now.
As he should.
And he went a step further.
Ooh, yes, he did go a step further.
The choice with this obviously means that anything below the waist did not stick with
Yes,
a combination with the sprite self. Or at least that was the implication from normal Homestuck. Because there was no dog tail, you did not have to assume she was also part male dog. Because, again, nothing underneath the waist for a sprite actually exists on them. So naturally, that must mean that Jade doesn't inherit the tail or the dog dick from Becquerel, her dog.
Oh my god, I bet she never thought you'd say something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I'm sitting here wondering what my life is like right now that I'm actually talking about something like that.
It's pretty good. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
She stays strong for us.
Yeah. This was a thing, right? And this continued all the way until the epilogues, where the hint that after the game, the implication after, like, not after Cascade, but like after they went through the door in Act 7, that weird things happened to her, that she grew a tail and she had other biological things happen to her that made her infertile for some reason.
Dog pee-pee.
It is the dog pee-pee.
She grew a red rocket. Oh, it's a green rocket, I guess.
Do you think she's spayed or neutered or anything?
Oh, no, she ain't neutered.
Oh, fuck.
We know that.
Right,
we know that.
We do. Holy
she
shit.
She is spayed.
How did I fuck that up? Oh my god.
Maybe that's how.
That's how.
So, this is the inconsistency that I guess I really want to point out here, is that, like, Jade categorically did not have a tail, and by that implication, anything else going on down there while she was in a normal Homestuck. But the minute that the epilogues happened and we've had time skip and everything, suddenly that's all changed. And the tail thing does not show up during the Homestuck credits either.
Huh, I didn't even notice that.
You have to
nice sleuthing.
You have to, like, be like me, have no life, and just pay attention to stuff because you have no life and have nothing else to focus on.
Oh.
Speaking of inconsistencies, in Homestuck 2, when Gamzee is being carried around the high school of the children of the demigods, I guess, they don't capture log him ever, even though they have even though Vriska has an active capture log. They carry him around. They lift him so high. First off, I've never seen they must be like 6 foot tall, because I've never seen a high school ceiling be that high, specifically because they don't want people jumping up and hitting the sprinklers, because
I am 6.5 feet tall and I cannot reach the roof of a fucking high school, man. They're massive.
I know, like, and they're drop down ceilings. Like, we had a 6'7" guy who ended up being the NBA, couldn't reach it. I'm 6 foot tall and I have monkey arms. Like, I have a 6'6" wingspan. I can't, if I jump, I can't touch it. And also, fucking, I have done official work with fire protection systems. Those things are made of steel. They are meant so that if you smack them, they don't leak. They go off specifically in certain circumstances. And a pair of clown undies being carried in a very weak position, like with very weak horizontal control, especially with them holding him up in the fucking air by their hands. There are so many things wrong with that. Like, one, that's not how you fucking carry a body. Like, one, it should be one person fireman carrying. That'd be way easier. Like, bodies are heavy. Knocked out bodies are very fucking heavy and awkward, and the best way is to carry it with a fireman carry.
Especially clown bodies.
Yeah, it's all about managing the weight, because the weight of a body is always going to be shifting. It's not evenly distributed.
Yeah, and so carrying him up there, so like the guy carrying the legs is going to have it way easier than the guy carrying the torso, and it's stupid. It's stupid. The head's going to be like head's going to be like flopping around. Like, you guys have never fucking carried a body.
They tried to go for the comedy, but it didn't work, and they also didn't research anything,
and then,
so it double didn't work.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking Three Stooges here.
Yeah, clown
Except
underwear will not set off the fucking sprinklers. And then if one sprinkler goes off, if I cut off the head of a sprinkler, the rest won't go off. One will go off. And then it's probably a fucking dry pipe system. So actually, if it was a dry pipe system, there would be a deluge. But still, that wouldn't fucking happen. Like, if one goes off, if it's a wet pipe system, if one goes off, only one is emptying. I mean, if it is a dry pipe system, if one goes off, the compressor is probably gonna be able to keep up with with the air loss. So in fact, air's gonna come out of it, and most air is gonna come up with it. And I know for a fact that most residential fire protection systems run dry pipe systems now, because they don't like it when shitty fucking water comes out and ruins stuff. It's already gonna ruin stuff, but it's like really nasty water that's been sitting in there for decades.
Oh, I love it.
They can fix water damage. They can't fix the smell as well. So they don't like. So yeah. This is
putting that aside, he fucking teleports.
Sorry, I went on a tangent about the engineering and the fucking physics of it.
That's fine. They didn't do research, and if it shows, then point it out, because it's stupid.
No, so that doesn't fucking work. And then, they drop the body, and then they run to a closet. Why would you run to a fucking closet? You're locking yourself away. Just fucking cheese it out of there. But Gamzee shows up in the closet anyway. What? Like, you show them running away. They don't show them capture log it. They don't show them capture logging it. And someone suggested, well, what if they capture logged it? Then why didn't they capture log it in the first place?
Yeah, why didn't they show that? I feel like they just didn't remember. They didn't read the previous update, and they just kept going on. Yeah, because it was a month since they looked at those files, They forgot.
Yeah, because they do barely any work. And if they did it beforehand, like, if they could have capture logged it, they would have beforehand. If that they would have. This whole situation would never happen because they'd just been a captcha. So Gamzee just fucking teleports. So that was annoying.
Just stuff him in there to begin with instead of carrying him around. Like, really?
Yeah. So they can't.
What did you say?
They're struggling to lift him, but then, like, a few updates later, Vriska just tosses a fucking car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gamzee's fat.
It's really good.
Yeah, they don't make sense. Nothing makes sense.
Fucking Mina referring to an event that never happened in that timeline.
I am especially pissed off about the fire protection system. It's like there will be one thing going off. The alarms won't get set off. Also, people are taking their fucking phones out. I think the whole thing set off, right?
Oh god, they're getting a bunch of stink water on
all
their
the
phones.
fucking water. So they're getting. So even if it's a wet pipe system, everyone's getting. I can only assume it's a dry pipe system because
wet pipe system. You know who else?
I can only assume
wet.
But
you need to calm down about the fire system.
I'm sorry.
Calm down about the pipes.
Anyway, they'd be covered in smelly water, and they're taking their phones out.
Yeah.
Like,
I do that. I do that every single day. I drop my phone in the toilet just because I feel like it. Just because I like to.
Yeah,
I like the smell. I like it.
At least it would cover up Gamzee smell. All right. What are other inconsistencies? Because I went fucking hard on fire protection.
Oh, God. I mean...
I'm happy to learn a lesson about fire protection, honestly. Sorry, go on. I'm so sorry.
There's a whole point, or at least I've read that on Tumblr and Twitter, that the situation going on with Candy is on purpose, that it's being written bad on purpose because it's supposed to be bad.
We talked about this whole shit.
That's the point, yeah. And these inconsistencies are just part of it. It reminds you that, hey, this isn't, kosher. This ain't something that is supposed to be coherent to Homestuck itself, because this is all dubiously canon.
Oh my god, it's true.
It's funny that it's dubiously canon because it treats itself and the writers treat it like it is fucking canon.
It's not dubiously canon.
It used to be.
They're bad fanfic like the actual
just
Bible.
because it's not quote unquote canon because Viz Media doesn't want it officially to be canon. There's a reason why they don't want it to be officially canon.
Base.
But its name is Jade.
His name's Kate.
Viz Media is so smart. I see this horse shit going on. I'm like, oh man, bless them. They just wanted to make money using this fucking IP.
Fanfiction.
Yeah.
And the things that they're being given, it's just garbage. No wonder that they fucking were like, no.
I mean, yeah. I know they didn't read the epilogues because it was like 50 chapters each. So it was like 100 chapters of text that they couldn't read they couldn't get through the first bit. So they're just like, fuck it. Publish.
No thanks, yeah.
And then they finally people started complaining and like, oh shit. They started reading it and like, oh god, we can't touch these writers again. This is crap. So yeah, that's what's happened. So that's why Homestuck 2 is not canon.
Yeah. I said this earlier, but Homestuck 2 is just it's a direct to VHS sequel of like a crappy movie at Walmart. There's new writers. There's new art that looks different, weird. It's produced for a quick buck.
Listen, the Aladdin sequels were perfectly fucking good.
It's Starship Troopers 2.
Oh no!
They don't even remember how the characters act in the original. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't feel the same. But it's got Homestuck on it, so we'll all read it anyway. We're actually the suckers.
It's an exquisite corpse. I think that is the perfect explanation of it. It is an exquisite corpse that you just kind of want to watch rot.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, you know what exquisite corpse is, right? Like the whole trope. It's the exquisite corpse. It's a trope where it's a whole bunch of people working on the same thing in different styles, but because it's separate. There's there's 65 writers and half the severed arm of an artist.
I see. Okay.
Running on it. I think at this point it is an exquisite corpse. And it's so inconsistent with itself.
That sounds pretty accurate.
It's like exquisite corpse is like someone writes a line and then the next person writes another line and it keeps going.
No.
Or one guy paints a stripe and then another person paints another stripe.
Oh my god, it's like those threads you see on the forums that nobody likes. Those continue the story with one word threads. It's awful.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
happening.
What Homestuck is. I bet that's how it writes. Kate writes something. James Roach writes something.
Fart on it until it
Griever
comes to reality.
writes something.
Griever, who's another writer? Toby Fox writes something.
Toby Fox isn't actually part of this shit. Bless that man, by the way.
Hussy sits on the keyboard, and that's his contribution. Like that.
Hussy
that's
takes
Homestuck
a dump
too.
on the keyboard and hands it to Kate.
Yeah.
And then she blesses it.
Ew.
Okay, so Kate wiping the dump off is Hussy's contribution.
I gotta say, every single time I make someone say ew, I just love it. Thanks for giving me attention, all you horrible people. This is your fault.
All right, other inconsistencies. We've talked out to...
Karkat and Mina.
Karkat and Mina.
Yeah, with the Karkat and Mina situation where Mina knows something that only happened in the pre-retcon timeline that Karkat
Here's
never
the
did.
thing. I know a guy who's been on the fucking PGen pod server and asked about that, and he got the most fucking ass backwards fucking ass pool response I've ever seen.
I mean,
how do you know that dead Karkat didn't tell her and then she told a live Karkat? Like, bro, that's dumb.
that's dumb. And also, why would she hold that up to a live Karkat who's never done that thing as a sort of example to him?
I'd respect them more if they just said, we fucked up and then edited it out.
But that would be admitting they're wrong. They can't do that.
Yeah.
What fun is that?
It's a lot easier to go, well, maybe someone else told them that, and that's how they know, and then later just go, whoa, wait, I got it. It's because Candy Timeline is bad fan fiction, so of course it doesn't line up, because haha, it's written bad on purpose.
You know what?
Really, I just think the funniest part is that even the writers want to forget the retcon ever happened.
You know, all these inconsistencies are nowhere near as bad as George Martin's inconsistency where he changed the gender of Renly's horse across books.
Imagine doing that. God,
yeah, like in Clash of Kings, Renly's horse was a girl, and then in A Storm of Swords, well, it was a boy.
That's
unforgivable.
Pretty fucked up. I can't forgive that either.
Yeah.
That's twice as bad as in the Harry Potter movie where they didn't include the ghost called Peeves. It's awful.
Oh my god. Imagine
Poor
leaving
Peeves.
out such an integral character like Peeves.
I can't believe the Lord of the Rings movies cut Tom Bombadil. Actually, no, I'm actually kind of mad about that.
Tom Bombadil's like such a... I love the idea of him, just in general. But anyway, we're not talking about all that bullshit. Can we come up with any other ones? There's probably a billion that are just too small.
How about a very damning one here?
Post. Scream it out to the heavens.
The dog dick.
Dog pee-pee.
Dog pee-pee.
Yeah, let's
dog
just...
Pingle, dog
all right,
pingle,
everybody, trigger warning,
jism,
content warning,
dog,
fire warning, air raid warning.
Cancellation warning, we're talking about dog peens.
We are talking about dog cocks. Oh, God.
We have been talking about dog cock this whole
we're going
podcast.
into in-depth discussion.
We're going inside.
So, we are sounding at this point.
We're going and, yeah, ugh.
Let's get the So does Jade have a prostate?
Probably if she creates the sperm.
Yeah.
So she must, yeah.
How long do you think it is?
How long?
At least 20 inches.
Nah, I mean, okay, if we go by Chaz.
You've seen the art. I know you have.
I mean, Chaz, she makes all cocks giant. So, and I feel like this was a fucking meme, man. Like this was like a meme in the NSFW community. It was.
I agree. They took a meme and they made it like a really serious fucking big old thing that everyone has to respect, or else like come tidal wave. I don't know.
It's like Piggy used to joke about this constantly.
It was a meme, and a lot of people also use the meme weaponized against Dave Jade fans who are, breeder fans.
Oh God, that's where half of this came from. I think just a bunch of fanfics that these people read. Just the writers, they sat down and opened up their collection. We're like, which fanfic should I look at today? They're like, oh, maybe I should make this canon, then no one can tell me my fetish is weird.
Yeah, some Homestuck
You might
Universe
want to edit that out too.
Female shit.
I feel like if you want to really kill Dave Jade in a very solid manner, you make it so that Jade can't have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, and Hussey
thinks it's funny.
He made funny, this was his stipulation that Jade must have dog penis, and then Jade must fuck Rose to create Yiffy. Why?
He thought it was funny. He's Hussey. He's trying to be funny E-boy man.
Even with the Yiffy
Stick your
thing,
fidget spinners.
I hate it. Number one. But I hate the fact that it was a secret love child and not the surrogate thing. Like, I would have probably laughed if Jade was just like, yeah, she's a mine and Dave's daughter. And everyone's just like, what the fuck? And Jade's just all like, Well, I didn't want her to be around the influences that fucking Harry and Tavros were around. Fucking clown shit. She's just like, I'm actually a good mom and want to keep my daughter away from that bullshit.
That's a good point.
But wait. She was shit talking John about like him trying to improve Tavros' situation while she sends her daughter to a boarding school.
Yeah, that's isn't it?
Isn't that like, that's like the...
She's somehow like...
It's a little hypocritical.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's like the trope where, like, in English, whatever, like, you send your shitty kid you don't like, you send him to boarding school.
Yeah. I mean, that's even obvious with how the hussy in the bonus update calls his boarding school. He calls it fucking Miss Paint's boarding school for inconvenient girls.
So that's where the fucking rich families down south send their kids to go and get beaten up and molested by the teachers.
As America should be.
No, that's Tart. Tart lives in the UK. That's like an actual cultural thing.
Yeah, in America it's military school. What are you talking about?
Oh, damn, yeah.
And gay conversion camps.
Yeah.
Oof.
A little of both, really.
Some of the stories I've heard from those like Christian gay conversion camps, they end up just being orgies.
Wow.
You put a whole bunch of gay teenagers alone in a room. What the fuck are you expecting them to do?
Yeah.
So this whole situation kind of just comes up, you know, and I'm like, I can forgive Yiffy, like, origins if it wasn't so horrible and it stuck to the whole premise of Jade just really needs a surrogate so that her and Dave can have a kid together. And the reason why no one fucking talks about her is because Jade raises her kid in like a different community or away from all the bullshit that wrapped around like Harry Anderson, Tavros, and Rissy.
Jade doesn't raise her though. The teachers raise her.
No, yeah, I'm talking about what I would have accepted, not fucking what they did.
I see.
Yeah, you would have wanted like an explanation.
It doesn't make any sense why Jade would go through all this trouble just to dump her kid in a fucking home for inconvenient girls and not raise.
It's because we've not been stuck in the middle of a gas leak for 2 years.
She just wanted to nut in Rose.
Yeah, and it's like she didn't even raise Yiffy with Dave. At least it doesn't sound like she did.
She didn't raise Yiffy with Dave.
I feel like the writers they want to make it so that Jade can't be what there's a chunk of the community wants her to be, which is a good mom with Dave, because that's illegal in Dave Cat days. You can't fucking have that. And it's unfortunate because I didn't really hate Dave Cat, but now I do. I really hate Dave Cat.
Yeah. Because
number one, they're not the characters they were. You know, they lost their personalities and they're not fucking the same people. It's sort of like my complaints with Rosemary in Act 6.
They've just been completely defanged.
Nobody is the same person anymore. It's the bad sequel.
And it's awful. And, you know, Jade, at least in the epilogues when she was with Dave, still seemed a lot like herself, which was nice. And Dave was cool, at least until he abandoned his wife to go to a different timeline like a piece of shit.
Yeah, what is up with everyone just abandoning everyone else they care about to fuck off and do something
is like
unimportant?
Season 4 Community.
It's just, it's like, I don't understand. It's like the theme of Homestuck transformed from growing up from a kid to an adolescent to an adult into just like, now you're an adult and you don't want your responsibilities anymore, so you just push them away. And it's like, that is like regression. It's regressing. Come on, don't do that. That's
dumb.
Stupid.
You're dumb.
Well, that's the. I mean, I guess maybe the writers are following their own arc because they're not putting much work into it right now to update like 1 page a month, 2 pages a month for $17,000.
Hey, it was only that one time they had that gross breach of professional expectations.
Pay us.
All right,
give money.
Can we talk about the bonus update a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Hussey actually like wrote any of that?
No.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. So
she's living on pad money.
They just like, what was it trying to accomplish? Trying to just like fake people out to make them think Hussey was being involved in it because, ooh, orange fingers.
They're trying to get back at the evil Reddit chuds and the alt-right rhetoric.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How you hate Yiffy and you don't even know who she is, and it's just completely missing the point.
I don't even know her. I hate this child, and I don't even know her.
We hate her because she is a result of something extremely horrible.
I don't hate Yiffy. I hate that she exists, but Yiffy as a... Well, I mean, there are definitely child that you like hate. There are children that you hate the circumstances of their existence, but you don't hate them.
Yeah.
Some people are the products of very horrible situations, and it's like
they can't help that.
You just kind of have to like resign to say, you shouldn't exist because this was horrible, but you exist, so we don't hate you.
I mean,
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, I am angry, but that's for
let's not
different
hate
reasons.
on Yiffy. Let's not hate on Yiffy as whoever Yiffy is. Let's just hate the fact that Yiffy
exists.
Came about not even exists, came about in such a shitty way.
Such a careless and
because Yiffy could have been fine, and Yiffy could have been fine. I mean,
Yiffy could have been fine if it was funny, but it's not, so it's stupid.
I posted something quite a while back that was like, someone decided, fuck you, I'm gonna do this, but better. And it's actually decent, like...
Oh, I think I read that. Like, they actually talked to Kanaya about it, and Kanaya's just all like, she understands what it's like to like lose your ability to reproduce in a way because of what happened with the matriarch, which is kind of like their species impotence.
Yeah.
You know, without the matriarch, you can't have grubs, and you can't have grubs, you can't have babies.
It could have been handled so much better.
And it could have just been as easy as like Kanaya knew about it, right? And she said it was okay. She said it's okay, and like, you know, Rose can be your weird human mother grub. And then that could have worked out, and you know, no one would have had to have been lied to 15 years.
May her ovaries be your mother grub.
If it fucking just...
I gotta say, like, if you're lying to your spouse for 15 years about something, you're not the good guy in that
situation.
It's not a lie if she doesn't know. It's just a lie through omission.
A lie through omission, still a lie, yeah.
It's so funny, though. Oh my god. They could have done so much better, but they didn't.
Well, and Kanaya is just... Okay, can we just talk about Kanaya's reaction real quick? Because Kanaya...
Let's talk about it.
Kanaya is just probably going to... I think Kanaya... Like, if Kanaya doesn't do something about this, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with them? Like, they can't write anything. They can't write characters.
They can't.
Like...
Kanaya's the same person who was simping hard for Vriska, made her a fancy little dress and everything. Then when she saw Vriska kissing Tavros on Trollian, threw the dress out of the window and cried. And fucking poor Kanaya. God damn it.
Yeah,
next update, Kanaya commits an honor killing.
Oh no. Kanaya didn't deserve any of this.
It's hard.
She's a good Muslim. She's going to go and preserve her family honor with a machete.
Chainsaw. Always a chainsaw.
Yeah. We've been shitting on Rose and Jade enough. How about we just talk about what we like about Jade?
God.
I think she's cute.
She's adorable.
She used to be so nice.
She's so sweet.
Jade is nice, a nice person, very optimistic and sweet. Fucking would do anything for her friends.
She just wants to be loved.
Hopeful for the future and wants to be loved. She fucking pretended her dead grandpa was alive.
Just so her friends wouldn't be uncomfortable.
Yes,
that's
so
fucking crazy.
Sad. It's so
She had some of the best soundtracks. Some of the best tracks on the soundtrack.
Her dress, the star dress, is so fucking pretty.
That is really nice.
The alchemy
Whoever
binge?
designed that, like, props to you.
Yeah, her alchemy binge. A lot of her alchemy stuff is really cool. And Jade has like the sense for fashion too. which isn't really picked up on, but like that
sadly,
was cool.
Very
thing
sadly.
about her. She's just a lonely girl, and I have to say I love the Pester Quest route, where she got to be with all of her friends and be happy, and that makes my heart feel very, very good and very fuzzy, and I want it to be like that.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the first time the 4 kids ever actually were in the same room together in like a positive context.
That is incredibly sad.
Yeah.
God, it was so nice, and it doesn't have to be hard to make everything at least nice for a little while. It doesn't have to be perfect forever.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be like constant sadness and drama.
Yeah.
Like, I miss Homestuck being funny, and a lot of the stuff that has happened like post Act 7 could have been funny, but like it's spun in such a way that everyone's supposed to just take it as like the, shit I already said before, whatever. But it's stupid. I hate it.
Kanai's Cuck, that's funny, right? Ha ha ha. I have me over here. I think it would be funnier if like they all knew and they're just like, yeah.
Yeah. Kept it a secret
funny.
for 15 years and she already knew. That would have been hilarious. You're a better writer than all of them combined. Wow, who would have thought?
But why does anyone know who Yiffy is? Because of course Jade wouldn't want her daughter to be wrapped up in all the bullshit with Jane and everything. What a concept.
Yeah, like...
It's like, look at how your fucking kids turned out, you idiots.
Yiffy just lives at home and she plays on the swing with her dad sometimes. She's homeschooled, but she has friends in the neighborhood she plays with. Wow, what a concept.
I also think Jade is cute.
Jade is
I think
cute.
we can all just agree on that fact.
Yeah.
Also,
title is Jade is cute.
I think Jade has a really great like entrance. She's like the best entrance. Like I kind of like her upbringing. It's super unique. I've never seen Jade is like an extremely unique character.
And they go nowhere with it, or they go somewhere with it and they just sink it.
They go to a dark place with it.
A dark place like Rose's womb.
The thing
like
with Jade,
Rose's snatch.
Jade is a good person despite her circumstances for Homestuck. And that's what's really nice about her, is that despite the circumstances she goes through, she is at her core a good person and a nice person who cares about her friends.
That's one of the core lessons, really. Like, despite the circumstances, you can say that for a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
And towards the end of Homestuck, I wouldn't apply that to Dave much for the retcon and everything, because we've talked about Dave.
We're going to save that for later.
We're going to talk about Dave. But, like, Jade, like, she isn't allowed to be herself because she has the propensity, the power, and the will to make things right for everybody that she cares about. And the writers are, like, Hussey and, I guess, Caliborn. People who, like, control the story are like, oh, fuck, I can't have that.
She's just too strong.
She's just too strong. She has grown beyond my power.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
It's like fucking Akira Toriyama to your problems, only without the editors breathing down his neck.
I've joked that Jade became a meta character in a commentary that's way better than fucking what they're doing right now, because Jade as a character evolved to where she's almost untamable for the writers to handle, because she initially was not a bad person. She wasn't someone who could be coerced into doing bad things without forcefully brainwashing her to do these bad things. She ultimately just wants to do good for her friends and for herself so that they all can be happy together. And this presentation of her is so strong that despite Hussey for a while saying, no, she's actually just kind of like selfish and a bad person, people weren't believing him and they weren't listening to him. And her fandom presentation had remained unsullied during this time. Even with Hussey going, yeah, Grimdark just brings out what they're already thinking. They were really bad people underneath all that shit.
Man.
And people were like, no.
That's so dumb. Like, I hate it when
Jade's
Hussey
power.
does that.
That's dumb. You're dumb. Fuck you, Andrew. Go away.
Jade's power extended into the fandom to where people held her up as a good person and a good character, to where she usurps or just overthrows like this bad person thing that they keep pushing on her. And it's only until now with the cuckening where they really had to go hard at her character that they finally are starting to see the fruits of their success. They're starting to really kill Jade's ability to be perceived as a good person who wouldn't do these things, which is sad because I really don't want people to take that away from what we're seeing because it's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that. Like, why would you take a wonderful character like Jade who has so much potential and turn her into just a joke because you don't like how popular she is in your fans' eyes? That's so weird, but it's Hussey, so he's always doing it.
The problem with Jade is that she has the same problem that Nepeta and Pfeffery do, where they're just genuinely nice people, but where Nepeta and Pfeffery didn't have like important powers or were narratively important, Jade does. She's a beta kid. She has incredible godlike powers. You can't ignore her and push her aside like you could Nepeta and Pfeffery. And God, it's so frustrating that I'm seeing people finally going, yeah, I hate Jade. Fuck her. And I'm just like, no.
It's not Jade's fault that she was written to be a bad character, even though she's not. Like,
yeah.
It's to the point where it's like her pester quest basically breaks all of this like attempts at assassinating her character and just holding her up and going, this is Jade. This is like Jade at her core essence, and she's just a good, nice person.
And then the writer got fucking fired.
Or shit, they said in 2012.
Like, literally. Oh my god.
Bad taste in my mouth.
You can't have people with skill. You're not allowed to.
That's why I joke that Jade has like power meta-narratively, like beyond what they were fucking joking with like Dirk and everything. She had the power to override all of this bad shit that was being done to her as a character and being forced upon her to like even get a writer to just write her a good route on Pester Quest where she's happy and she's like not being character assassinated. Anyway, that's my 2 cents there. God, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Thank you for your 2
It's more like
cents.
3 cents at this point.
Yeah.
I like
do we have anything else we want to...
I like it when people talk.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to wrap up. Do we have anything else we want to say?
Fuck Homestuck 2. All the homies use MS Paint fan adventures.
Read I'm Good, I'm Gone, and also a really cool adventure that I just found. It's called Aidental. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it looks really cool. It's really cool. I've been reading it. I think you should also read it. Yeah, right after you read I'm Good, I'm Gone. Yeah, look at this shit.
Oh yeah, that's
awesome.
a solid one.
Stop donating to the Patreon.
Hell yeah.
Man, that's real. That does look pretty cool. I'm gonna check that out.
And also, beautiful editors here.
Read your local homegrown MSPFAs. Do not pay into the corporate beast.
Stay inside. Wear a mask. Make sure you do not get the scary coronavirus. And well, that's about all I really have to say.
Yeah.
Food and Blood just updated, actually.
Alright.
Food and Blood. Hell yeah.
Food
Food and Blood. Poinko's thing.
Poinko's thing. Best
all
boy.
right.
Go support him.
All right, everybody. I think it's about time we sign off. So, hope you enjoyed the podcast. If anyone's actually on this point, and make sure to fight in the comments about anything you disagree with us. All right. All right. See you, everybody.
Have a
Bye.
good evening.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.